All right, welcome back, kings and queens, y'all. We are talking Diddy. Ooh, when I tell you this Netflix documentary that has been developed and presented by 50 Cents, who I'm not going to even say 50 swept the rug underneath Diddy's feet because Diddy somewhat brought this problem upon himself when he decided not to pay the videographer. Okay. As a result of that, the videographer went to the highest bidder, and the highest bidder happened to be 50 cents. Well, there is a lot of people talking in the streets. And when I tell you, I think Marc Agnifilo got wind of the documentary and he is pissed. He is hot and he has every right to be pissed off. He has every right to feel the way he does. Diddy, if you are listening to YouTube, I don't know what your privilege is. I don't know what they allow you to listen to or not listen to in prison, but if you just happen to have the privilege of listening to YouTube and you stumble upon this video, listen to me very carefully. Here's what you need to do. You need to make it right ASAP. You need to make it right ASAP. I don't care how much money you have, how many assets you have. You don't piss off the right people in the right places. Once you get shut out of the legal community and you are deemed not trustworthy, nobody will ever work with you again. Okay? Nobody would be willing to work with you again. You have the best of the best of the best of the best. The fingers run deep. Their reach runs deep in the legal community. It doesn't matter what side of the courtroom they're seated on, whether they are the government, prosecuting, lead attorneys, whatever, right? Or they are defending billionaires and millionaires. They're all friends. And when word gets out that you record or you have the tendency, because what it's looking like, Diddy, listen, I try to be fair, but here's what it's looking like. It's giving credence to the fact that you do record people, you do violate people, and you have no ounce of respect for the dignity of those in the room. You violated your attorney. You should have told him that you were filming this documentary and he would have curtailed his strategy in the phone calls with you. Y'all, Diddy messed up big time. Marc Agnifilo was acting as an attorney, laying out his strategy. These are supposed to be private calls. We're going to talk about it. For those of you who are just tuned in or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience.
Subscribe now.
All right, let's get into the nitty gritty. Listen, we're going to be covering the Netflix documentary. We covered the psychology of the two personalities at hand, 50 Cent and Diddy. Go back and watch my latest video. I'll pin it in the description box. If you haven't had a chance, please catch up on that. And then we're going to be breaking down the 4-part series starting tomorrow with episode number 1. Now, listen, here's the thing. Diddy is furious at Netflix. One of the production directors came out and said, listen, he was not pleasant. He did not mind his manners when reaching out to Netflix and letting them know he was not pleased with them. But Diddy, you did it. You created your own crazy. When you don't pay people, you should have paid. When you neglected to pay the invoice, it became whatever they wanted to do with it. They own the intellectual property and they sold it to the highest bidder. As adults, listen to me. We've got to stop blaming other people for the problems that we create for ourselves. That's it. That's all. I can't even take your side on this. You created your own crazy. So Diddy is pissed off, according to TMZ, at Netflix. He's pissed that they had the audacity to drop the 50 Cent documentary on, considering all of his legal woes that he's up against, the lawsuits, the accusations, the this, the that. But some of the videos shot at Diddy's shot some of the footage, right, that was shot by the videographer, and Diddy did not notify Marc. TMZ, they have access to people. And according to TMZ, they're saying that Marc is pissed. He's enraged. He can't believe he's been betrayed like that. This is something that almost never happens. Tell me the last time you've been privy to client-attorney conversations. It doesn't happen, you guys. It doesn't. Marc came in and laid it all out on the line, not knowing that he was being recorded. Here's my thing, Diddy. He may be able to take legal action against you. Sometimes, if you're not careful, you can outsmart yourselves. Brilliant man owns the room when it comes to his own environment, but that was a huge mistake. And you owe him an apology and you need to make it right. And if I were you, I would be on the phone tomorrow making it right. So TMZ goes on to say that there's a video in the documentary that was shot by a guy Diddy hired to chronicle his life, where he's talking to his lawyer, Marc Agnifilo, about what's to come. He's going to be arrested. He's preparing for that. He went to New York to turn himself in, right? And Diddy is angry at Agnifilo and the entire legal team. He's saying, listen, I don't like the strategy. We're losing. We're losing. I don't like it. Get off the phone. Don't make your problems my problems. That's why I hired you. Fix it and call me later. Now, Diddy sent a demand letter to Netflix, and he's claiming that the streamer is screwing him over by releasing a video that Diddy, not the videographer, owned. You don't own shit. Let me tell you something. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. Diddy, if you didn't pay, you don't own it, period. But here's the deal, according to TMZ. The victim, they feel like in all of this is Mark, the defense attorney. I'm sorry, the defense attorney who led the defense strategy. Listen, can I just be myself and talk about this? Can I really just be myself? Let me step outside of I'm being professional, but I just want to be myself. That's why some people are hesitant to work with goons, thugs, and black people, because they feel like some of you don't know how to conduct business. Who in the hell would record their legal defense strategy and publicize it on social media? Who would invite a stranger in to hit play and record and not tell the other person on the other line, hey, listen, we got to watch what we say? Because although I want to document my life, I want to make sure we don't get ourselves or place ourselves between a rock and a hard place, okay? So according to TMZ, Mark is a victim. He didn't know. He wasn't made aware. He had no idea. That's similar to grape. You raped him intellectually. You didn't give him the choice to choose if he wanted to be captured on video. Don't be surprised if he sues you, Diddy. You better look up the statute of limitation. And I try to be fair, but right is right, wrong is wrong. They're saying that Mark did not know that Diddy had somebody recording their conversation when they spoke numerous times on the phone. It's not right. Nobody wants to be raped like that. Nobody wants their privacy rights taken away, period. Okay. Harvey Levine, who's very good friends with Marc Garagos, Harvey asked Mark, did Diddy go too far? And Mark said, yeah, he went too far. Because according to Marc Garagos, Marc Garagos is the father of Tenny Garagos, who also was a part of the defense team for Diddy. Mark is saying, listen, if it was me on the other end of the phone and I found out that my client was secretly recording me, yeah, we would have some problems. That would be a different conversation, period, point blank. Listen, let's talk about it.
Hired the videographer. Diddy got on the phone with Marc Agnifilo, his lawyer. Diddy knew that Mark was being recorded, but Diddy didn't tell Mark. Does Mark feel betrayed by Diddy?
I've not talked to Mark about it.
What do you think? What do you think?
I will tell you, I'll just tell you, if it was me, I would be more than a little upset. I was more than a little upset when the client didn't know and I was being recorded. I mean, there was a while there where I was meeting clients under bridges, freeway bridges, because I was PTSD over it. So I think, as a lawyer, it is one of the most inviolate oaths that you take to protect the client confidentiality and the client privilege. So I don't know. I haven't talked to Mark, but if I were Mark, I would be out of my head.